welcome to another episode of Not for Nothing. I am one of your co-hosts, Natasha.
And I am your other co-host, Sarah.
So everybody knows I'm low-key the queen of cannabis accessories.
You really are.
And I have a bunch of stuff in my house, and everybody's always asking me where I get this cute little grinder that's a hamburger from.
That is so cute.
It's from our friends at another room. And they even have these super cool little joint lockers.
What's a joint locker?
So it holds not just your lighter, but also your other stuff.
The joint locker fits perfectly in your palm, your purse, or anywhere you're going. And Not For Nothing listeners, we do have a discount for you because we love you. And you could save 10% at anotherroom.io with code NOTFORNOTHING at checkout.
So I had a fun topic for us today.
What are we talking about?
So people may not know this about us, but we're both kind of obsessed with our sisters. And we're both
Indeed
sisters of, like, we're both two sisters in our family.
Exactly.
Like two daughters.
Two parents, two sisters.
And fun fact, my sister's name is also Sarah.
And fun fact, my sister's name is not Natasha.
But I feel like there's a lot of a crossover. We talk a lot about our sisters. We hopefully want to get them on the show one day. So get us famous enough that our sisters who have real people jobs can feel
They'll feel like it's worth the risk.
It's worth the risk, yeah. For now, they're
that.
kind of like, this is your startup project. I don't want to put my job on the line.
And they're also like, okay, you chose to do what you do with your career.
Yeah.
Ours are different. Respect.
But you know, when we start getting that, like,
the real clout.
When we get like Obama as a guest, then maybe she'll be down to come on a guest too.
I think the way we can reframe it is when people start putting respect on our name.
Yeah.
Because our audience is a great bunch.
They are.
They just need to multiply. So everybody needs to tell 4 friends about the pod.
Yeah, so that we can bring our sisters on.
Yeah. Or maybe like we'll launch a Patreon and that will be our first Patreon episode.
That would be incredible.
You have to pay to access the fam content. You have to pay to see why we are this way.
And it's funny because I feel like you probably have the same thing, but my sister and I, our voices are identical.
Exactly the same voice.
We sound the same on the phone. It's terrifying. But if you were to meet us, we could not be more different in some ways. Like, she's like tiny. Like, she could be like an Abercrombie model, you know? Like, she's like conventionally pretty with like straight brown, now blonde hair. Sweet, loves children. And I'm this like weird emo, like, I'm taller than her even though I'm younger.
We're both just like the kind of gremlin trolls.
We're the gremlin
family.
sisters.
Yeah, we
and
are.
Our sisters are the like perfect ones.
The established ones. Yeah.
Like she's literally teaching our nation's youth, like, while I'm like, legalize weed.
Yeah.
But
how does it feel to be the wook sis?
Yeah, exactly. The wook sis. But she is full of incredible life advice.
Okay. What's your favorite piece of advice from her?
Okay. So recently, I've been trying to, work out more because it's like good for your mental health. And, we're all about working on our mental health. But it's really hard to like get in the flow. Like, I'm always just like, ugh, this playlist sucks, whatever. And then recently I went to the gym with her. Also, this is follow up to our previous conversation. If you were listening to the last episode, my cholesterol got really high from my pork intake. And so my doctor said I have to do 30-minute cardio a day in order to regulate it. And it's really boring. Cardio fucking sucks. It sucks to work out. No one likes it. It's expensive if you want to go to classes.
Yeah.
And so my sister taught me this really fun trick where I just like now watch TV on the treadmill.
There was an old school version of that. And that's like when I was at New York Sports Club and they would have like the mini TVs attached.
No, obviously, but it's hard.
But that was hard to either get your headphones compatible with. So the hack is watching it on your phone.
Exactly. Like there was always a TV of some sort that's like playing sports or something.
Exactly.
But
it was always playing something boring.
But now I'm like sitting on the couch and I'm like, I could click next on the next episode, or I could just take this episode, haul my ass to the gym and go watch it elsewhere and keep watching my show, which I had never really thought of before, which may sound dumb, but it's been really great. And I just take like a fat dab before I go. And then I just like
dabs before working out.
Yeah.
Fire.
And then I zone out on the elliptical. I watch like an episode of really shitty TV and I'm like, at least I did something. And
reality TV makes everything better.
My sister, she's a real one for that. Because I felt ashamed.
I need to connect with her on what her favorite shows are.
Yeah.
Because
she watches a lot of Law and Order SVU.
Okay, not my vibe. So is the reality TV an addition that you've given?
Yeah. Nobody else watches reality TV in my family.
Wow. I come from a reality TV household.
No. We're like a big Grey's Anatomy, ER, SVU.
So like primetime late night
NCIS.
television. Wow, weird. Like CSI.
Less CSI. All the
Cold Case.
All the Law and Order franchises.
Wow.
Yeah, White Collar, all
Weird.
those things.
Cable TV at like 7 or 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Strange. As if streaming services do not exist. Interesting. One thing that I think I've talked about this on Instagram. I don't think we've spoken about it on the pod. Is I've been really into making grazing breakfasts lately.
Yeah.
That are just like, okay, I don't have like the mental capacity or the time to put together like a full meal right now that's like very balanced. So what I'm going to do is take a bunch of ingredients and throw them on the plate and eat them all separately, knowing that I'm getting like, okay, I have a probiotic shot, so that's my probiotic. Then I have like a fiber, or like, you know, I have a handful of nuts, these nuts right here. I have a handful of, I'll take like a chunk of mozzarella and put balsamic on it. Yeah. And that's like a protein, and like a scoop of yogurt with a berry in it, you know, like just making it easier for myself. So that's been really fun. But it has brought up something that I find so annoying.
What is it?
And I'm a pickle girl. Like I love pickles. And I love all pickled foods too. There's not one pickled food I think I could say I dislike.
Okay.
Grillo's pickles. This is for them specifically.
They're the best.
They're
so good.
And let me be frank here. When I'm making an iceberg salad, as I spoke about on a previous episode, I'll make my own dressing with olive oil.
Yeah.
A splash of the Grillo's pickle juice.
Yeah.
And then like whatever herbs are in it too. So I'll fish out like some garlic or some dill from the container, put it in there, and then season it up. And it's like salt and vinegar, and then put it on your dressing. It's phenom.
That's delicious. I just feel like as a clumsy girl, the Grillo, first of all, for people who don't know.
Yeah. This needs to be talked about.
It's not a jar.
It's not a jar. It's a plastic tub.
It's a plastic tub that has like that weird like lip thing that you have to like crack off the seal to like.
It feels wrong cracking it off,
you have
right?
To, like, crack to be able to lift.
Like you have to break.
You have to break the piece of plastic. Which, if you have nails like on, it's not possible. So then you're
tools.
Obviously
you have to use a tool.
You have to use like a knife or a fork or something.
A butter knife.
But then there's the eventual where you're like doing the lifting.
And inevitable as well. Eventual and inevitable.
Inevitable. It's just gonna jizz all over you.
The juice is going everywhere.
Everywhere.
And there's nothing you could do about it.
And it's not like a little bit of water on yourself. It's like pickle brine on yourself.
Exactly. It is just fermentation on your hands.
You're just like, you smell like a fucking frat house. You're just like, it's everywhere. The paper towels, the
like, and you must open it over a sink. And even then it's annoying to deal with.
It's so annoying.
Because then you have to like rinse your hands and the container off before you put it back in your fridge. And it's just a lot.
And it's
just put a little less juice. That's all we're asking. We spend so much money.
I appreciate that they don't want to skimp.
Me too.
But
and it does give me plenty of juice for my
skimp a little.
My DIY salad dressing too. Skimp a little less. Have you tried
hold the juice?
The chickle?
No.
The you just like put shredded cheese in a pan, let it melt. It has to be a nonstick pan.
Fuck no.
Put the pickle inside and then fold it over.
No.
It's like it was like a keto resurgence.
How is it keto? There's no protein.
Cheese has protein. It's just cheese and pickle.
I don't think shredded cheese has protein.
you're wrong.
I think
it does.
I think like American bagged shredded cheese is
there's no American bag shredded.
Like cheddar or whatever.
No, it's just like
yellow.
take taco cheese.
Yeah, but
a taco 4-cheese blend. Throw it in a pan, let it melt down, shape it into like a little square. Put the pickles inside, fold it over. Very good.
I'm getting like mouth sweats just hearing about this.
You can't knock it till you try it. It's actually really good.
I think the acidity of the pickle is going to curdle the cheese.
You understand pickles and cheese go on burgers, right?
Yeah, but like separately.
Okay, I don't even respect Mark's taste in the least. He's proving to me with every segment that he is not experimental with
What
food.
is he saying?
He put a thumbs down. He doesn't like cheese and pickles together.
Yeah, obviously.
They go together. They go together. They go together like cheese and pickles. So stupid.
They absolutely do not. It's disgusting. But you know, TikTok's a weird place.
Yeah, I guess so. And a lot of people seem to be in agreement with me and not many in agreement with you. So,
but in your keto adventures.
Yeah, this wasn't like, I did this not for keto, by the way. I did this just because I saw it was trending and I was like, I want to try this. And it was really good.
But then we've also been having these conversations for the past few weeks on why the fuck is everybody gatekeeping
protein?
Protein!
Why did no one tell us that protein was going to fix our mental illness?
Like, protein's good for you.
Protein feels good.
Protein keeps you full. Protein gives you energy.
Keeps you sharp. I feel like I close more deals when I eat more protein. And maybe that's like, maybe the mega chads were onto something this whole time.
I don't know.
What, like but we can't lie. More girls need to know about protein.
I could not agree more.
Protein is the real hot girl food.
And it's just like, I wish I had known sooner.
I wish I had known sooner as well. And this protein bread I've been eating protein shakes. I've been boiling eggs to have on grazing plates. It's been awesome. And it's been like, I really feel like it's keeping me sharp, especially as a vegetarian. Like, it's so hard to get protein that you have to kind of be actively seeking it out at all times to get enough.
And I feel like I was limiting my meat intake because of like living with vegetarians and like everybody in fucking LA is vegetarian. But then I was just increasing my carb intake.
That's the curse.
That's the curse.
That's the vegetarian curse. I've known about it for many years now.
And I did not. Because I grew up eating meat, so I like never thought about it. And
do you know how bad it sucks being fat because you eat bread? Because you don't eat meat? How whack is that?
I know.
Like, you can't even be like, oh, it was cheeseburgers. No, it was probably bread.
Well, it's probably all this fucking fake chicken that's just gluten-based.
Yeah, but no one's eating that shit.
We had that for lunch.
I know, but it's not like a normal thing for me. It's not like
it's a normal thing for Californians.
Do you think fake meat is like, for vegetarians here, they rely on it? Because I don't feel like I do. And maybe that's because I've been a vegetarian for so long. I hardly ever eat meals that are like made mostly up of fake meat or something. I just will eat the alternative. I eat a lot of eggplant, a lot of mushrooms, and a lot of like...
Do those have protein?
No, they don't.
Exactly.
Which is the problem.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so you're saying that the vegetarians here are replacing their would-be protein with fake protein meat because it's meat filler.
I'm just saying that like people
Crazy.
are not getting protein.
We all need protein. We need a lot more protein. We need to bump it up, ladies.
Mark gave me this like sample pack of AG1. Have you seen this?
I don't even want to talk about AG1 if they don't want to pay up.
Yeah, but I'm so scared to try it because of my IBS stuff. I'm worried that because there's so much fiber in it, it's gonna make me like shit my pants.
I take a probiotic prior.
So I haven't taken it yet because every day I'm like leaving the house and I'm like, I can't like be having a shit my pants situation at the office. Like,
no, you need a probiotic. So you either need to buy. Well, you don't want dairy. You have to get into kombucha. I'm sorry.
I know, I love kombucha.
Okay,
yeah.
great. I have a lot of kombucha haters in my circle.
No, I just don't love how much it costs.
It's too expensive.
You know?
I need to like be a little less granola here, but I was going to be like, you could always make your own.
I've gone through that vibe. I've moved on.
Yeah, makes your house a stinky vinegar
I don't need
house.
the SCOBY in my house.
Yeah. Ooh, I need this.
Oh, but God bless you. Bless
you.
you.
Whoa.
Juicy.
Yeah, that was a wet one. All right. Am I good?
Is that kombucha smell in your nose?
That SCOBY just got me going.
Feel the fermentation. Okay, so speaking of protein.
This is our Chad episode.
What's your middle name?
I would like everybody in the audience to sign an NDA before I disclose. All right, I will start by saying I've used the middle initial option as a scapegoat for many years. I almost like I don't know why I just went so Egyptian. I almost like wait. I almost let people insinuate what my middle name would be for most of my life to get out of telling people what it actually was.
What do people think it is?
So my middle initial is M.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you, but I was born in 93. And every single girl in my class had the same middle name. Marie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marie.
Everybody's middle name is Marie.
But yours is not.
To some people, it probably is. To my parents, it was not.
On the birth certificate, what does it say? Not Marie.
It's humiliating. I actually will be pissed if anyone calls me this. So I'm good. This is real life pissed.
Is it? Okay, but my first question is, how was your middle name given to you? Can I guess it?
Oh,
will I guess it?
I think you will.
Okay.
I think you'll figure it out.
Yeah. Is it Egyptian?
Yep, you're headed down the right direction. Yeah. Middle initial begins with an M. No, it's not Masri, although that means Egyptian, literally. But guess.
Miriam?
No, Miriam would be almost too kind.
Biblical, if you will.
It would be biblical. And in some ways, this name, it is biblical.
Is it Moses?
No. Well, it's post-biblical. It's New Testament-y. Post-New Testament, actually.
Magdalena?
You guys, did you both just say Magdalena? No.
Okay, post-New Testament.
No, I think you need to really lean into the Arab. Can't be hard. It's the most popular name in the world. Are you kidding me? This is actually anti-Muslim of you.
I know, I'm blanking. What is it?
It's Muhammad.
I know, but I didn't want to say it, and then it wasn't that, and then I'm like...
Instead you're going to say Magdalena?
Well, you said post-biblical.
You're like Madonna.
You were like New Testament. Wait, so walk me through this.
Yeah, so Arabs are so psychologically off that they have decided that the routine and the rule should be you take your father's first name as your middle name, which is like great. Okay, so I have only 1/3 of my name is my identity. The other 2/3 literally is my dad's last name, copy and pasted into mine.
Yeah, so your middle name and your last name are basally just
my
your dad's full name. That's so interesting.
It's fucked up. So I let people assume that it was Sarah Marie forever. So it's just Sarah M. Sarah M. You do the inferring. Yeah. What's your middle name?
Speaking of protein. So in Jewish culture, and I don't even know if this is like all Jewish culture, but I'm gonna say it is.
Okay.
You get as a middle name, the grandmothers of each of your parent.
Cute. First name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And So my
So is it the same for boys?
I guess so.
The mother.
No, they get like of that gender.
Okay. You see, that's a little bit more forgiving.
Yeah.
It's not right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm angry.
I'm trying to
How did my white mom let this fly?
Yeah.
How did my white mom let this happen? Unreal. Sorry. Go ahead. Continue. What's your middle name?
Rushla Frenya are my 2 middle names. So
That's 2?
Yeah. So it's like one of them is
Rusha?
my dad's grandma, Rushla, which is like
Rushla.
Yiddish for Rachel.
Cute.
And then Frenya.
Is that Yiddish for friend?
Yeah, kind of.
Cool.
And that's my other my mom's grandma.
I like that. That's like the type of middle name that I would use as like a book alias. You know what I'm saying?
It's just extremely like Polish Jewish.
No, but it's really beautiful.
So I just try to like,
that's
tone it down a little.
That's crazy. I didn't know that you even had a middle name. I thought you did.
I never use them.
Crazy.
It's so long,
So your sister has the same middle names. Yeah. Me and my sister as well. No,
not the same one. She has the other. Because each parent has 2 grandparents, 2 grandmas.
Yeah, I thought you took
one of each parent's grandma. And then
I'm confused.
My mom has 2 grandmas.
Oh.
And you're
paternal as well.
Yeah, so one of each side. And then one of each side.
Wow. Maternal and paternal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So like one is
that's
my dad's
really
grandma.
That's actually kind
and
of
one
beautiful.
Is my mom's grandma.
I really like that. That actually does keep your like
lineage.
Direct lineage in your family.
Exactly.
And it like recycles them kind of.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually really beautiful. I like that. I have a funny story about middle names.
Okay, tell me.
I feel like middle names were a huge topic when I was in elementary school.
There was definitely this like saying where it was like you shouldn't have sex with somebody that you don't know their middle name.
Oh, wow. Brutal.
But like,
what do they say? What do they say about knowing their first names?
I'm like, I might know their sign, but I definitely don't know their middle names.
Okay. So there was this girl in elementary school.
Hate her already.
I know. Her name was Shirley.
Noelle.
No, Noelle. Count your days.
Okay, Shirley.
So Shirley, and I was just like, me and my bestie growing up, we just were like little menaces. But I think
as if that's changed.
I know, but I think because like we're funny and like loud people, that there are a couple ways people can react to that type of person, where they could either be like intimidated and feel like you're coming off like bullyish and abrasive, and then other people who are just like down to like just nudge with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like a lot of the time we were asking questions because we were just like curious and wanted outgoing, like truly outgoing.
Yeah.
But there were some like introverted people who just don't like that and don't want to be a part of it. I felt like Shirley was kind of that way, but we didn't know. Like this was our first time like really chatting up a conversation, you know? So we asked like, hey, what's your middle name? We were like asking people, and then we asked like, hey, Shirley, what's your middle name? And she looked at us, and her response was one of the most iconic responses I've ever heard. She goes, my mom canceled it.
Just decided, no.
Shirley, what's your middle name? My mom canceled it. That's a fucking crazy response. That's unhinged.
That's incredible.
My mom canceled it. What was it? What was it before she canceled it? How much paperwork did she have to go through to cancel it?
Okay, but my mom also did stuff like that too. Like my birth certificate has my 2 middle names, but my passport only has 1. And so when I wanted to get my driver's license, I had to get this like letter explaining that it was in fact me, even though the documents don't match, because you have to like bring multiple forms of identification.
Even though the documents said that your mom canceled it.
And so like, what are these moms in the 90s just canceling middle names?
I know.
I think it was an assimilation thing.
Yeah, and then people act so weird when you know, it's normal for you to change your name if you're a teacher who's getting married. But it's weird if you're trans and you change your name. Like, don't be weird. It's a normal thing. People cancel middle names. And people cancel first names, too.
People cancel last names.
Yeah.
I used to say that I really wanted to marry, like, a very American, goyish person so that I could have a professional last name like Brooke
Smith.
Instead of Chaborsky. And now I'm obsessed with my last name, so it's fine.
I love.
But growing up, I definitely had a lot of shame.
Yeah.
And like culturally, you know, it's like you're the foreign last name and they immediately hate you.
Where I draw the line with my name, I do love my name. Like I'm being dramatic but it is a very common name. I will say that. And I will say that, you know, having the middle name Muhammad, when people found that out, they will call you Momo against your will.
I love Momo as
I hate it.
name.
I hate it. I hate it. If my name was Maureen, maybe you could call me Mo.
Yeah, my best friend's little sister's name is Maureen, and we call her Momo, and it makes me so happy.
That's kind of cute. Knowing my middle name is my father's first name. And it is the least sexy. People, you know, it's like, it's not like I'm giving away a little piece of me. Like, yeah, it's actually Sarah Marie. You know, it's like, no, it's Sarah Muhammad. I can't believe you didn't know it was the most common name in the world.
No, I have
a good meme coming out for this episode.
I had never heard it for a woman, and I didn't.
Yeah, understandably. and it shouldn't have been.
I didn't want to like say something wrong.
No.
But it was my first one. I was like, it can't be this.
Be.
You know?
Yeah. They went there.
I was like, okay. So there's that one, but what's like the feminine? I was like,
you're like Magdalena.
Magdalena. Or Miriam.
I don't like that name. Sorry.
No, but I know a lot.
I know a lot of Miriams as well. I just don't like that name.
Okay, so I feel like this is definitely something that's disappearing with legalization, but the sanctity and sacredness of a smoke spot.
Ooh.
And there's something about New York, and we were talking about this on the phone the other day, and there was such a like stoop culture growing up too, where it was like, this is the good stoop, this is the stoop where like the residents don't care, and where like it's close to a bodega so you can get snacks.
It's like equidistant between you and your bestie's house, so when you leave and go opposite ways, like you could get home around the same time. Like there's so many like logistics to finding the good like
smoke
pinpoint
spot
location that you can like blow down some doobies.
So what's one, like obviously now we're like grown, we like also it's legal, whatever.
I still smoke on the street.
Yeah, but like I'm not like meeting up with people the same way at like a random patch of grass.
Yeah, like you can be indoors now and smoke as well, which was an option we weren't afforded as kids.
What was like a favorite one of yours back in the day?
Dead ends.
Where's that?
Any dead end.
Oh, like a dead end.
A dead end.
A dead end.
Yeah, there were like two
dead ends. Where's that?
There was like two specific ones in Bay Ridge that I used to like frequent. And it's nice because they're like long stretches of stairs.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like you could only really be on foot. So it was like a good smoke spot. You weren't like impeding too much on like private property. You were kind of in like this middle ground. That was like one of my favorites. Also, like another hometown classic is the dugout. So like we'd actually go to the baseball field and like would smoke over there.
Yeah.
And I lived around a lot of parks too. So any park, any bench, and the pier. I also live next to the pier. Yeah, you as well, right?
I feel like that is one of my favorite spots in New York. Is
one of the best.
By any river, there's like usually, especially in the summertime,
it's
the only time there's going to be like some wind and like some like
not as many mosquitoes usually.
Like it's less sticky and there's also less kids. And I love smoking by the water in New York. That always just makes me feel very happy.
Same. And I like, you'll bet your ass I'm going to do it still in my adulthood. And I do. It's like, it's funny. Yeah. I find myself still in like the same spots I used to session as a kid. And I'm like, that's really when time starts to hit me. Like, because you're by the water. I feel like water brings out like a sense of reflection for some reason. And like, especially at nighttime and like you're looking at the water, doing the same thing you've been doing for years. It's like a beautiful, nostalgic thing.
I wouldn't like meet up on a stoop the same way anymore.
Me either.
But definitely still text my friend to go to like different rivers. Yeah. I also like the bridge a lot. Like walking the bridge is like a fun smoke activity.
It is.
Except it's always like slightly longer than you think it's going to be.
That's so true.
You're always like, oh, actually this is quite.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Commute home. Yeah.
But I do love that. Wow.
How about riding the ferry?
I do. I love riding the ferry.
We should do that this summer.
Yeah, I love doing that.
There's They have a whole new ferry system in South Brooklyn. and it's like really dope. It's actually really fun. I took a trip out with Megan, and we just rode the ferry both ways, and like round trip was like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. But it was so nice because you could bring food and you could sit down and you can like, you know, eat and drink and then go outside and smoke. It was like so sick.
Yeah, I love it.
Highly recommend that. Like very cheap activity for.
I'm excited for summer in New York.
Me too. It'll be fun.
It's getting me excited. But thank you so much for listening to this episode of Not for Nothing.
Tell us your middle name. We want to hear. And what is the stigma that came with your middle name?
What are your favorite New York City smoke spots?
We want to hear all of them.
And if you want to sesh while we're in town, let us know too. We're always down.
Should we do a meetup? I feel like we should.
I honestly would love that, especially with the summer in New York. I feel like a river sesh might be
a
in
little
order.
Smoke out. Yeah.
Might have to happen. Well, if you want to stay up to date, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow at Not For Nothing Pod on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
Anything helps. It does.
Spotify, all of the things.
Yep.
And we'll see you soon.
We will see you very soon. Thank you.